Most people think coffee is giving them energy, but sometimes it's just helping them push through exhaustion. And if your coffee is followed by anxiety, cravings, brain fog, shakiness, or that massive crash a few hours later, where suddenly you need sugar or another coffee just to function, your body is trying to tell you something. Because coffee itself usually isn't the problem. And as we talked about in the previous video, there are many things affecting people's energy and overall health right now. But one of the biggest factors is what most people are putting into their coffee and what they're not doing around it. The sugar, the flavored creamers, the processed syrups, drinking coffee while dehydrated, using caffeine to override exhaustion instead of actually supporting the body. And over time, that catches up to people, especially after years of stress, especially after poor sleep, especially when the body is already inflamed, overwhelmed, and running on survival mode every day. And honestly, one of the simplest changes I ever made was learning how to drink coffee in a way that actually supported my body, instead of sending it on a roller coaster every morning. Because stable energy feels very different than overstimulated energy. A lot of people don't even realize how bad they feel until they stop crashing all day. And no, I'm not talking about quitting coffee. I know some people online act like coffee is the enemy. I don't agree with that. Coffee itself actually contains antioxidants and beneficial plant compounds. The issue is usually how people are consuming it. What happens for a lot of people is this: they wake up already dehydrated, already stressed, already exhausted. Then they slam a giant sugary coffee with almost no nutritional support behind it. Blood sugar spikes, stress hormones spike, energy spikes. And for a short moment, they feel amazing. Until the crash comes. Then suddenly, they're starving, irritable, foggy, craving carbs, reaching for another coffee, another snack, another hit of energy. And they think, well, I guess I'm just tired. No, your body is responding exactly the way bodies respond when they're constantly being pushed instead of supported. One of the easiest upgrades I started making was adding ingredients that helped support more stable energy and blood sugar balance naturally. Simple things. Not weird chemicals. Not fake health powders with 40 ingredients. Not processed junk pretending to be wellness. Simple. One of my favorites? Cinnamon, and a small amount of clean C8 MCT oil. That's it. And before people roll their eyes and think this is just another internet trend, there's actually a reason this combination helps so many people feel more stable throughout the day. Cinnamon has been studied for its role in supporting blood sugar balance. And blood sugar stability matters way more than most people realize. Because when your blood sugar spikes and crashes constantly, your energy crashes with it. Your focus crashes with it. Your mood crashes with it. And usually, your cravings do too. That's why so many people feel like they need snacks all day long. Their body is stuck on the energy roller coaster. Now let's talk about the MCT oil for a second. MCT stands for medium-chain triglycerides. Unlike heavier fats that take longer to break down, MCTs are used more quickly by the body for energy, especially C8 MCT oil, because it tends to raise ketones faster and more reliably than simple MCT that usually offers more sustained energy at a lower cost. And what a lot of people notice when they start adding a small amount to their coffee is more stable energy, better focus, less crashing, and less mindless snacking later in the day. Not because it's magic, because their body finally has something more stable to work with besides caffeine and sugar spikes. And no, you do not need giant amounts. It's more about balance. Honestly, the internet loves turning everything into an extreme sport. You do not need tons of oil, a 1,200-calorie biohacker coffee, or a drink loaded with processed ingredients pretending to be healthy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about simple support, a small amount, and actually paying attention to how your body feels afterward. Because your body gives feedback constantly. People just get disconnected from it. And honestly, one thing I've noticed over the years is that a lot of people are walking around exhausted while thinking it's normal aging. Meanwhile, they're dehydrated, under-eating nutrients, over-consuming sugar, sleep-deprived, stressed, and using caffeine as a survival mechanism. Of course, they feel terrible. That's not your body failing you. That's your body asking for support. And another thing nobody talks about enough, coffee affects everyone differently. Some people tolerate it perfectly. Other people end up anxious, jittery, crashing, or dealing with cravings all day afterward. That's why learning your own body matters more than blindly following internet trends. Your body is not a machine. It's constantly communicating with you. And honestly, one of the biggest mindset shifts for me personally was stopping the mentality of, how do I force my body to keep going? And starting to ask, how do I support my body better? That changes everything. Because health isn't built through punishment. It's built through consistent daily support. And your morning routine matters way more than people think. The way you start your morning affects your energy, your focus, your nervous system, your cravings, your mood, and often the food choices you make for the rest of the day. That's why small habits compound. And no, I'm not saying cinnamon and MCT oil are going to magically fix your life overnight. That's not how real health works. But sometimes, small consistent shifts create way bigger results than people expect. Especially when you stop working against your body every single morning. So if you want to try this yourself, keep it simple. Coffee, a little cinnamon, a small amount of clean C8 MCT oil. Blend it well, and then actually pay attention to your body afterward. Do you feel calmer? More focused? Less snacky? More stable? Because that matters. Not hype, not trends, not internet extremes. Your actual experience. And honestly, most people don't need more caffeine. They need a better relationship with energy, because there's a huge difference between feeling stimulated and actually feeling well. I want you to feel awesomely well.